Hello, monsters abound here. Welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2 Mortal Empires and part 22 of my Beastmen campaign. We're currently looking at Volkmar the Grim, or should I say Castellan Engineer Volkmar the Grim, because apparently that's what he's qualified to do. He can't be the Archlector. No, he's the Castellan Engineer. That's a bit sad. So there's Volkmar. He's looking a bit more grim than usual, of course. That's because it's in his name. And because he doesn't have any home anymore, the entire empire has been reduced to ruins or vampire infested. And it's Mannfred. Bloody Mannfred. Stupid, round, moon face that looks a bit like John Malkovich, which makes me just very angry. It's fine. It's fine. Let's get over it. It's fine. So we're gonna be maybe dealing with Mannfred a bit, but also, I mean, I have considered doing the long campaign victory conditions. That would require us to destroy 70 settlements and do a bit more raiding, which, to be honest, we're pretty much there anyway. And yes, kill the dwarves. Now, I don't think that's a very interesting victory condition. To be honest, it's a bit meh, because I mean, killing the dwarves is going to be a pain in the arse, because the dwarves currently have 36 settlements. We've only got 2 armies. It's going to take quite a while to kill them, especially because their enemies are, I mean, they're allied with the vampire counts. Let's just how exactly? Never mind. Anyway, currently we're strength rank 7, which means that there's plenty of people strong, including the wood elves. Yeah, they would be bloody wood elves. So my personal feeling is not to go for the long victory because it's just going to take bloody ages, and I don't really think it's going to be particularly fun just killing dwarves a lot. So that's currently what I'm erring towards. However, I do want to punch Mannfred a little bit. We do need to destroy the moot as well. That needs to die. I could also, I mean, maybe we could team up with Vlad. Maybe there's Vlad.
Carstein, welcome thee.
Thank you. See, Vlad is so much nicer than Mannfred. That is perfectly spherical noggin.
Do not underestimate the danger.
Shut up, Mannfred. Everyone hates you. No one likes you. Screw Mannfred. Hashtag screw Mannfred. Oh, Marius is back. Marius is at the moot. Morghur is right outside the moot, so Averland's pretty much done for. The Empire only has 1 army left, and then we just need to kill Bretonnia, which might take a little while, but it's not going to take the. I mean, I did some quick maths, and I know I'm not the best at maths. I think everyone's aware of that, but I reckon it would take about, and this is a rough estimate, 1 million episodes to kill the dwarves. So that's, I mean, just keep that in mind. Anyway, let's end the turn and see what happens. So I'm not sure what Volkmar's plan is other than die slowly. My Brayherd did engage Volkmar. Oh, hello. Okay. Okay, so our ambush failed, but apparently we've got... Okay, so the Brayherd reinforcements are here. That's good. That is a lot of... That is a lot of very heavily armed dwarves. They've got Iron Drakes. Okay. Well, Mudri Knucklebreaker versus Morghur the Dark Omen. Should be fun. We've been attacked by dwarves. So Tweedledee and Tweedledum are throwing rocks at them. They've also got their cousins back. Yeah, the rocks are fairly accurate. However, they have attacked our Brayherd as well, which does mean that we've got all the Minotaurs in the world. So we've got some Minotaurs with shields there. There's a giant. There's some Minotaurs, just Minotaurs. And we've got some Minotaurs with great weapons, of course. All that. A couple of Centaurs. There's Khazraks. Khazraks joined in as well. That's nice to see. And because Tweedledee and Tweedledum, they have made some headway, but they're not really doing it fast enough for our liking. Although the bolt throwers are only aiming at the Gauls from the Brayherd, so it's not a massive problem. On our left flank, we've got Job leading his frankly large number of Razorgore. There's a lot of Razorgore there. Chariots and Razorgore themselves, they're going around to the dwarf right flank. We've got Minotaurs coming around the left flank. We basically outnumber them quite considerably. Gunners are opening fire, but they're going to need a lot more gunners to put a dent in our numbers, frankly. There's a lot of beastmen, not many dwarves. Harpies flying overhead, they are going to... Well, harpies anyway, they're going to deal with a gyrocopter. We've got Minotaurs now hitting the left flank. We've got... Oh, yes, some nasty... what are they? The Iron Drakes, that's it. Opening fire. In come the Minotaurs, they've made a wreck of the bolt thrower already. They're smashing through the dwarf line. Dwarves have got nothing to stop them. Our Bestigors overrunning the dwarf warriors with great weapons. And again, a very brutally quick battle. Job and the chariots have completely crushed the dwarven right flank. They're now tearing their way through to the centre. Not that they're needed, to be honest. It's going to be a race against time if they can actually kill any of the dwarves in the centre before the other beastmen have had their go. And frankly, it's not looking particularly good for the fleeing dwarves, because I mean we can kill humans before they can get away. The dwarves have much smaller legs. I think it's safe to say we've reached a point where the dwarves aren't really going to be much of a problem. So let's. I guess we could chow down on the other hand. The money would be quite nice, but well, I mean, we're not getting an awful lot of replenishment there, are we? Not really. And we could almost pay for the army for one. Let's take the cash. We got the armour of silvered steel. Very nice. We got that. Malagor's gone up a rank, so's Job and Kazrak, because Kazrak joined in as well, which was it's nice to see him participating. Don't want him being left out. Want him to be really feel part of the team. Get some team building exercises, some trust exercises, maybe. Malagor drops back, Kazrak catches him, that kind of thing. Doesn't really sound very beastman-y, does it? Probably more like VC painting, or maybe braying at a herdstone. I don't know. There's there's team building exercises. That's killing halflings. We're heading towards the moot. That could be a good one. Okay, so we've got Days of Wrath. Recruitment, Bestigor stuff, good, yep, fine. Doomtide once more, and we've got Gifted once again. I think we've had this before. So, apparently we found some very gifted musicians. I'm not sure how that works in Beastman Society. Maybe they squeeze halflings and the halflings scream, and then you have like the horns, that but with halflings. Obviously, you have to change the halflings every so often because they probably do die. Good, so that's the thing. We've got gifted musicians. That's going to make us move a little bit further. We can go and hit the moot. Now, I don't think we're going to really need any backup for that. No, that looks pretty easy. So let's kill everyone there. And, I mean, we could take the cash. It's not an awful... well, we'll just raise into file. Got a potion of foolhardiness. Malagor is an executioner. We've got a magister. And Hans, dog burglar, is now defeated. No more dogs being burgled, so that's good. Kazrak, you're going to take ruination because I think, oh no, bestial cunning. You know what? Let's take bestial cunning because that is going to increase our chance of spotting foreign armies. We'll get blessed by evil. That seems fine. Right, Malagor, you have 2 skill points, so let's spend that in monsters infantry. Does that include Minotaur? I think it does include Minotaurs. So they've got 51 attack. 57. Okay, great. So that's probably a good shout there. We'll do that. That's not Job. Job, you've got a skill point. Let's... I guess Flock of Doom. I do quite like Flock of Doom. We'll do that. And Al Gorbel, you Gouge Tusks. I think armor piercing damage is going to be very useful. And I think missile resistance, because we do... My Gorbals do take quite a lot of missile fire, particularly in sieges, where they rush ahead of everyone else. Okay, Kazrak, you're going to move up and just snuggle up to oh, we're right next to her. Right, go there. Right, go here. Yeah, I know, it's fine. Okay, let's get a Pit of Horrors, because everyone loves a Pit of Horrors, don't they? Fairly sure they do. And can we reach... I think, yes, we can reach Volkmar. He might run away. Nope, he is going to stand and fight. How very brave of you, Volkmar. This is the last Empire army. Obviously, we're going to fight the battle. Because otherwise, it just... I mean, plus, these flagellants, they won't run away. They will die. They'll be very squishy. They'll stand around and get carved to pieces. It's going to be magnificent. It's the last battle with Volkmar, not qualified enough to be Archlector the Grim. So we've got Centaurs and the Herpes on the far right flank. We've got Mutalika leading the Chaos Spawn in the centre, and then Morghur leading the rest of his forces to sort of the left flank, although it does look like the Empire army is sort of heading towards the Chaos Spawn, which is, I mean, brave. They are mostly flagellants, though. Mostly crazy people that have managed to flee the ruined Empire into the mountains. This is their last little stand. It's a little bit sad. Oh well. At least they're not going to suffer for long, as the Chaos Spawn gets stuck in. Centaurs heading around the back, and our Gauls, Slangors, Pestigors chasing down some huntsmen on the far left flank. Slangors ridiculously fast, 72 speed. Yeah, these huntsmen not going to get away, and they're going to die very, very quickly. Elsewhere, Flagellants fighting against City's Bane. They're actually going to do pretty well against them, because they are anti-infantry but don't have much armour piercing, and the Gauls, well, yeah, they're pretty much going to kill each other. Centaurs hitting the rear of the line as they charge in against the unit of Flagellants. They're going to die very, very quickly, and they get turned into Chaos Spawn. So that's fun. The Centaur then freed up can go careering into the rear of the handgunners, as if they didn't have enough trouble. There's Morghur getting stuck in right in the centre there. Good stuff. Chaos Spawn have pretty much finished dealing with the Flagellants, but they are taking a little bit of fire. Mutalika is chasing down a handgunner unit, or it's a Free Company militia. So the Chaos Spawn are going to ignore the last few Flagellants. There's only 5 there and 6 there. They're going to ignore them and go tearing after the ranged units who've been peppering them with shots. There's the Moo fighters. They've been dealing with more Flagellants. More Flagellants coming in to try and fight them. And actually killing a few. Oh, damn. At least they've got a giant there to help. Centaurs have caused massive damage with their rear charge. There's Volkmar. He doesn't have much army left. So we've pretty much destroyed the rest of the Empire army. Just Volkmar now. Now he's trying to run away. He's going to try and get away. He's going to disappear off on his horse. But Oxel Rose and the Slangor going to chase after him. Melkoth's Mystify Miasma is going to slow him down a bit to 62 speed. That's going to make him easier to catch up with. So Slangor, Morghur's coming in as well. Going to cast a Withering on him. That's going to reduce his armour. However, currently Oxel Rose is only just pushing him, really, not really doing any damage. So we're going to move around. We are slightly quicker. So we're going to charge her up. We're going to look at that, into the side, slows him down. The Slangor get in there as well. Kind of, at least. Come on, guys, can we get, there we go, that's it, we pinned him down. He's not going anywhere now, although he is knocking quite a few of the Slangor to the ground. Come on, guys, get it together. We've got him. We're going to kill Volkmar, put him out of our misery. We don't want him to get away. Sexy Gore taking on Volkmar the Grim. I bet Volkmar doesn't like sexy anything. With Morghur showing up, going to make quick work of Volkmar. Down he goes. That's the end of the Empire. Well, I think that went very well. For me, anyway. Obviously, not so good for Volkmar. Let's, I think, devour the captives? Yeah. Okay, so
I will not obey.
Two units have managed to get away. I don't think we can catch up with them. No, not this turn at least.
Absolutely not.
But I don't think they're really... Yeah, they're pretty much dead. I could get Call of the Herdstones. That is going to give us more. I mean, I haven't really gone down this tree. I did want to get the Wargors though, didn't I? Do I want to do that? It's only going to take 2 turns. Let's do that. Our research rate is atrocious. Look at that, 51%. We're not. I mean, to be fair, R&D not really the Beastmen's strong point at the best of times, and we're kind of getting into a nice. We're kind of snowballing at the moment. We're definitely at the point where I wouldn't really fear any army. If the enemy could get maybe 2 or 3 armies on us, then they might have a chance. But otherwise, I think this is pretty much in the bag. And I think we should make friends with Vlad. I always do this, don't I? I try and make friends with Vlad, and then Mannfred comes out on top. This time, though, I really think Vlad is the vampire horse to back. Yeah, I almost said bats there. Obviously, a vampire horse probably would have some sort of bat motif because vampires, but that would be the wrong expression. Oh, there's Marius. So, Averland not quite dead yet. Okay, Aussie Gorespawn is back. Nice to see Aussie there. Doomtide, yes. And we do now have... Are they free? They're 67. Yeah, so what we need to do is build up the pile of flesh. And then hopefully we can get free Chaos Spawn, and I can just give Kazrak like an entire army of Chaos Spawn, and that'll be fine. Okay, Malagor, let's see if we can... yep, Marius has been ambushed. We're not going to fight that. Let's just auto-resolve. We will... let's devour the captives. Got an Ogre Blade for our troubles. Averland is destroyed, one step closer to victory. Now, there are a few dwarf... Oh, they got organ guns. Those things are nasty. Oh, it's Grombrindle. So they might try and come and settle the moot. So, you know what? I'm sort of okay with them doing that. So let's pop down here and encamp down here because I want to be BFFs. Hi. Yep, that's good. Do we have a whatchamacallit, military access? I guess we do. Okay, with that in mind, let's get the Tribes High gathering. Do I want Malagor to have the Wargors? He does only have 19 or 20 units, but I did want to get some some Centaurs, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, well, let's get the Centaurs hollow then. And then, Morghur, you're going to finish off the Empire for me. Albert Unborogan. Unborogan is the tribe that Sigmar was part of before the Empire was a thing. Unfortunately, that's now come to an end because everyone's dead. Face down in the dirt. Just that's how I like my humans. Face down in the dirt. Okay, let's take the replenishment. And the Empire has been destroyed. Leonard Pappenheimer's gone. Albert Unberg. Also, let's set up a camp there. We will underway over, I think, to Helmgar afterwards. So we can start our invasion of Bretonnia. Jesus, Morty, how far can you move? Okay, well, Morty, you're going to come over here. Going to take a little bit of corruption damage, but that's fine. Set up a camp there, would you, Morty? Be a pet. And we are going to grab the ritual mound. Get some cash. We'll also get the pit hovel. May as well while we're at it. Malagor has picked up another skill point, which is going to go in freakish mutations. Freakish mutations it is. Kazrak, I don't think you can do anything. No. And Akrak, you just go over there. I'm hoping to pull the... If the dwarves resettle the moot, that'll weaken them, and that should make them easy pickings for us. So that's my plan. Aussie Goresborn, you can't underway, so... you can't beast path. So you're going to head in this direction. And then Oxel Rose, you've got a skill point. And we're going to go with... Uncanny Senses, I guess? That seems fine. We'll go with that. That's what we're doing. Brayherd? What did I... What? Fine. Bloody Brayherds. Literally the worst. Right, what the hell happened there? Oh, we've got Beastly Hierarchy, Doomtide. Did I not... I'm sure I told my... Beast... bloody useless. Okay, so we've got Grombrindle is currently outside the city? I do, Grombrindle, I do, because it says above your head. Okay, well, let's... Kazrak, you're going to lay siege to the moot. And you can have the Wailing Banner. Now you're going to encircle it. Good lad. And then Malagor. Well, let's give Job a skill point first. What do I fancy for Job? He's got all his Pan's Impenetrable Belt. May as well buff up all your spells. Then once the city's under siege, we can hit Grombrindle, who is going to run away, but I think we've got loads of campaign movement range, so that's no problem. So we're going to go there, and I think we'll just auto-resolve this one. And we will devour the captives for some replenishment. Right, so that's one dwarf army dealt with, and Malagor is Beardhammer. This time the tables have been turned on the last Dowie redoubt, but he'll be back to avenge himself, be certain of that. Causes terror when fighting against dwarves, and he's a superior attacker as well. Malagor has picked up a skill point, so we're going to go for Call of Violence, I think. And Al Gorbal. I think we're going to go for Mark of Corn. A more melee attack and charge bonus. As much as I love Nurgle, I just think attack is better for us. Okay, now. Oh, that's a lot of organ guns. That is a lot of organ guns. Okay, well let's break the siege. And Malagor is then going to. Right, if we encircle, we're still replenishing. Okay, that's fine. And then Khazrak is going to stand there. The only problem is they're military allies, aren't they? And they're within range, which is going to be bad for us. So I think we're going to have to attack this turn. However, they do have 4 organ guns, so that's less than ideal. But I think we'll be okay. Organ guns can be quite nasty. Which is why I've got Tweedledum and Tweedledee and their cousin throwing boulders at them to try and put them out before they can. Although I don't know if they've got the. I don't think they've got the angle really. They do a lot of like punch through damage. They tend to do, and it's quite devastating. So we're quickly closing the gap. In come the Bestigors against some Longbeards with great weapons. I think we should be winning that fight fairly easily. On the far right flank, the Tweedledee and Tweedledum have done fairly good damage against the organ gun, taken that out quite nicely. And we've got the Minotaurs, Job, and the Chariots, the Bacon Battering Ram, and the Man-Bear Pigs hitting the dwarf right flank. It looks like the dwarves weren't quite sure which direction to concentrate in. That does mean we've got the advantage here. Slangor, that's the charging into the miners. They're backed up by the Bacon Battering Ram, doing just as they say, just battering through the enemy lines. Ungor and Khazrak have reached the dwarf left flank, and they're dealing with the other organ gun. We've managed to shut that down very, very quickly. However, these Iron Drakes are currently roasting the Pestigor, taking quite a lot of damage there. So Job is coming in. He's going to knock them down. No more of that, he says. So he's managed to engage them in combat. That means they're not going to be open fire on us anymore. That's good. And dwarves very, very quickly being run down. Just the gyrocopter. We've got no answer for the gyrocopters really. Nothing really to deal with them, apart from maybe throwing boulders. Guys, would you just kind of chuck a just see what you can do. Pestigor fighting against the Longbeards. I think they should be doing okay. Losing slightly, that's fine. So we are chucking some rocks at the gyrocopters, and we have actually managed to clip them a couple of times. Tweedledee, Tweedledum, and to a lesser extent their cousin really do have pretty good. All right, that wasn't so. That's Job. You're throwing bowls at Job there, guys. Just okay. It's fine. It's fine. Never mind. I mean, the depth perception, one eye. I mean, you have to make allowances for that, don't you? At least Job will anyway. You know what? Those organ guns didn't actually do as much damage as I thought they would. Nowhere near, in fact. Another brutally quick battle. Got the Trickster's other shard. It would be nice if the battle took a little bit longer, because it's a bit. I mean, I don't think I've fought a battle over 5 minutes this entire campaign. So let's raise into file for the Horde growth. We've got the Trickster's other shard, which does decrease magic resistance by 25% around self, which is it's quite nice. We can't encamp, and I'm a little bit concerned about Warmond Varna Carstein over here. On the other hand, his army is mostly in skeletons, although they are gold. I mean, to be fair, gold chevron skeletons, so pretty bloody elite, those guys. But Aussie Goresborn's picked up a skill point. Somehow, he's in his drug-addled mind, he's managed to realise that he's learned how to do something. Maybe he's learned how to block armies. Maybe. So that's what he's going to... That's what he's got. Aussie Goresborn, you're moving over there. Okay, Morghur is all healed up. And we're going to pop him over there. I think that's fine. Right near Helmgart, we can start our invasion of the Empire. I don't think it's going to be a particularly long invasion. I think it's going to be pretty quick. Let's move Morty up to join Morghur. I could upgrade, but to be honest, I don't really think I need to. I could go for the Embrace of Chaos. That's less upkeep. It would cost half the amount of monies we have, though. Whatever. Let's go for the Embrace of Chaos. We are the Children of Chaos. We embrace our pedigree. So there we go. It's going to give us more Chaos Corruption, income from raiding, upkeep, all that kind of good stuff. I suspect the dwarves have a lot of armies. Now we could hit Fort Oberstry. That could be a good option. I bet that's like filled with delicious money. And it does also look like Mannfred has lost some territory in the north here. I wonder if that's the Warriors of Chaos. Whether they're heading south. I'm fairly sure he had the Brass Keep. I could be wrong. Okay, so we've got the Embrace of Chaos. It looks like Scaling attacked Helmgart and then failed. Or was that Chaos Invasion? Rebellion? Not sure. So we failed that, don't care. Doontide yet again. We've got a mission issued. They want us to raise Helmgart. Well, as it happens, I was kind of going to do that anyway. So that's pretty fortuitous. So let's just go in and smash that down. Yes, that's going to be an easy auto-resolve just against peasants, so that's fine. Let's loot and raise a little bit of cash. We've got another Other Trickster shard. And also we completed that mission, so that's good. That's a win. And where is... Oh, there's Malagor. Indeed, Malagor, indeed. If you could just head in this direction, maybe. Can we see what... Okay, there's Walmond and there's Odo. I don't really think that's going to be a problem, so we're just going to... destroy Fort Oberstry. There we go. And yeah, we'll take the cash. Thank you very much. Thanks for that. Malagor has got another 2 skill points. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to go for the... okay, let's go for the Monstrous Beastmen, because that's going to help with our Minotaurs, our Cygors, all that kind of good stuff. And let's get the Apocalyptic Herd, because that's going to buff our Pestigors and Slangors, which is pretty good. So let's do that. Job, you're going to be good at scouting. That's what you're going to do now. And Kazarak, you're going to scooch up, join up with Malagor, just to be on the safe side, because obviously we do have a couple of armies over here. Need to deal with those at some point. Okay, money-wise, not too bad. We are up to 61% research. We could go for the Call of the Herd Stones. That would increase income from raising settlements, which would be quite nice. Let's go for that. It's going to cost us 5,000, but I think it's well worth it. Probably should have got that earlier, maybe, for the income from... But to be honest, I'm not really worried about money for a while now, so that's no problem. Do I go for... I could go for more armour. I mean, Metallica doesn't seem like the sort to worry about armour really that much. I go for training. Experience per turn. I mean, not that we really need much training, because pretty much all of our units are gold chevron or above, so... Okay, let's just get thick-skinned then. And Aussie Goresborn, can you take out Raphael de Souverture? No, no, you cannot. You have been wounded. You back. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's fine. I kind of thought that might happen. Okay, so we are heading deep into a vampire territory. If we can destroy their sort of home provinces, that will weaken them considerably. It'll also stick 2 fingers up to Mannfred and his oddly spherical face. Looks like the Wood Elves have finished confederating and they're now a cohesive Wood Elf force that can sometimes flick a little switch in their psyche that makes them go absolutely mental, I have noticed. Astilia is still around. We almost killed Astilia, but they've managed to cling on somehow. Okay, we've got the Dark Moon, so we could go Casual Replenishment, Bestial Rage, Endless Herd. I guess when one falls just for the replenishment. So Mannfred is down here somewhere. That's interesting. The Doomtide once more. That's fine. Okay, Malagor, you're going to heal up a little while. You've taken a little bit of damage. 1 turn, and you should be back to full strength. So let's just mooch on over here. And Al Gorbal, you picked up another skill point. What a guy. What an absolute legend. Primal Instincts, that's what he's got. And I think Morghur is going to move into Bretonnia, but we are running out of time, so I'm going to have to leave it there. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.